Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on that when it comes down to doing an analysis or assessment of any specific year for you, like which all events you can expect in that specific year, where your attention or your focus has to be in a specific year. So which all are the tools which you have to use. So again friends, we have just started the new year. So here I'm not talking about like the yearly horoscope or yearly prediction, which generally when Vedic astrologers talk about that, they give attention to the slow moving planets like the transit of Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, Jupiter from your ascendant. And I'm also not talking about the numerology's personal year concept. Here I'm talking about specific to your birth date and in that specific solar year, what to expect. Because friends, I always have a backstory for the topics which I select for my videos. So a very long standing like client of mine, so his birthday comes in the very first week of the January. So he actually booked his reading with me and he wanted to know that Nippon, I have completed this many years, it was my birthday, and I just want to know that what to expect this year in terms of my career or any travels, any foreign opportunities, travel opportunities, what is very customized for me. So, and also there is a very I am very much thankful to all the members of my community who write comments on the videos. So, someone also put this comment that Nipun, what is the progress of your military developments? So, I just thought, okay, let me take my own chart as a reference and we can have our discussion on that. The tools which I generally use which give me very accurate results. So again friends, in this video we will be primarily focusing on the Tajik chart or the Varṣaphala chart and the Tithi Pravesh chart. So don't expect me that in just one standalone video I can give you all the tools, all the formulas. That is not that much feasible or doable. But I'm sure friends, I will give you an insight that when it comes down to what to expect from the Tajak chart, Varṣaphala chart, or what to expect from the Tithi Pravesh chart, or specifically which all are the tools. I will just share a couple of like tools which I have always in my sleeve, which actually give me very precise guidance what to expect in a specific year. Because again friends, if you will get into the nitty gritty, even in these charts which I will be presenting in front of you, they even have their own special aspects. Here in these charts they don't follow the typical traditional aspect which we generally follow in any prashri system. So I mean to say, without making you go confused, in a very simpler language I will be explaining it to you that if you will use this tool for your own research, for your own like planning part, you will get a very clear idea. Because friends, see, I come from a very traditional Brahmin Hindu family. I still remember right from the childhood days, around the time of our birthday, like on the birthday, I mean to say, obviously in the evening time, we will go out with our friends to celebrate the birthday. But our birthday always used to begin where a panditji or a priest will be called and he will do a Nagraha Shanti Puja, like 9 planetary appeasement ritual in the house, a puja, a fire ritual like Havan, so that in that specific 1 year, if planets are ill placed, they can be made peace with. So obviously that time I did not know that one day I will end up becoming a professional astrologer, but I still remember like the priest, he used to bring a specific page and a proper astrological chart in that, and based on that he used to do the puja, he used to do that worship. So it is like the Varṣaphala chart I'm talking about. So in this video friends, we will just have a quick overview, quick analysis. Okay, so let me share my chart over here, which you would have seen many times. Okay, so, okay, friends, I will just give you a quick overview so that you can connect the dots in order to understand this topic. So, based on my details, friends, you can see that yes, I am a Aries Lagna, Rahu there in the first house, the ascendant Lord planet Mars, it has gone to the eighth house. 10th lord, 11th lord Saturn is also there in the 8th house. So somehow your profession, your life is going to be transformative for an element, and something to do with the occult research sadhana is going to be the defining part of the life. You can see it from over here. Just because I gave that reference, that one of the valuable member of my community, he shared that comment, Nibun, when your this military thing is going to happen. So then that means if anything connected with the government, sun has to be in a strengthened state. So whether you will look at my sun's placement in the 10th house, which is giving that indication, even if you will just uh, look at the D10 chart, even from the D10 chart you will see that yes, the rising sign is of the sun, and sun is there in the 11th house of the dignity, prestige, and wish fulfillment. That again is a supportive sign. See friends, here I'm just giving you a quick overview, then we will focus to the elephant in the room, I mean to say, to the main primary topic for the day. Now friends, when we talk about, before actually decoding that, because why I'm making this video right now, because my birthday is like, there's just 1 month in my birthday, and my dasha is also changing. So you have to blend everything. That's how you land at a specific guideline or a planning or a result, that okay, in this year these are going to be the focal point in the chart or in the life of this person. Now friends, like the way, for example, I have mentioned that many times, even in my video, like for example, I am right now in the Saturn Mahadasha, and within the Saturn Mahadasha, my Mars sub period is finishing on 14th January 2026, and after that I will be starting the Rahu Antardasha. So it's just like that, whatever Mars was doing before, now in the case of the Rahu, Mars is still active, rather now more strengthened, because Rahu and Mars is the dispositor of the Rahu as well. So in a way, the first and the 8th house is again very accentuated. And now friends, you will be surprised over here. Apart from that military thing and all, which is kind of one of the thing which I am like planning to do, and just because imagine at this age, I will be turning 40. So at the age of the 40, when people think about settling down or retiring, investing yourself in a career, which is like imagine from transitioning from a career where you supposed to have a panchang in one hand, transitioning to a career where you're going to have weapon in the hand. And I still remember this place where I go to the meditation. So over there, I happened to run into a person. So I was in this impression from his face that he had a very like a typical Venus kind of jawline. I thought he will be a journalist or will be in the media. Now he told me, day before yesterday, he told me no, he's a detective, he's a like a cop. And then he told me, he started pressing me, Nipun, it's like, why are you going to military? Some of the people from the military, from the armed forces, they have even come back and joined the policing, and they're like, they are hunting for people, they need people. It's like, what is happening suddenly? All the Martian kind of thing is surrounding me, even all the options which are surrounding me. And again, friends, like the way I mentioned, if you're running the age of 40, right? So it's number 4. If I will calculate my personal year, so that will also be of number 4, Feb 10th. So Feb 10th, you will reduce, Feb is 2, 10 can be reduced to 1, it's 3, and 2026, sum total is 1. So that will also give the resulting number as the 4. And the Rahu Antardasha. So you see the interplay of the Rahu. And just because before my Rahu Dasha starts, last week only, I have had this ritual organized in the house where a Panditji, like a priest, he came, he visited, and he did the proper ritual, for the Rahu. And just because my parents will be visiting me here in Canada, so the Varṣaphala puja also, everything was performed already. Like I'll show you this screen. You will be able to know that when you are approaching any of these kind of dates, tithi and all, what you can do as a part of the planning. So for example, if you will see over here, so every single day, like even my parents used to share this thing with me. Today, aaj ke part, like 2 Rudrabhishek, 15 Hanuman Chalisa, 12 Bajrang Ban, and the Rahu Jap was like 8400. Oh, by mistake, it was written like this. So, and obviously, friends, because the next month, like February, it's not only like my Dasha is changing of Rahu, but also Rahu is transiting over right over my moon as well. And it's the month of the Grahan, of the eclipse as well. So, I mean to say, this is how you have to plan things. This was supposed to be a part of our custom in majority of the Hindu families. Like this used to be the case that on the birthday, either you will visit a Lord Ganesha temple and get a Navgraha puja, 9 planetary appeasement puja, or if you have a provision, because I come from Uttarakhand, and like many Brahmins, Pandits, people who are doing professionally all the priest work, they are like somehow in my relation as well. So we know, like, the right person to call home and get a puja done. So that's how you have to do. So, and again, friends, now we will have our discussion on many times where people get confused. Like, for example, what's the difference between the Tajak chart or the Varṣaphala chart or the Tithi Pravesh chart? So, friends, as the name in itself suggests, when we look at the Tajak chart, Varṣaphala chart, a lot of the terminologies over here has been derived from the Persian, from the Arabic kind of literature and all. It is being widely used over there. The main central point of difference between these two charts is that Tajak chart or the Varṣaphala chart can be seen as the solar return. Like, in a very simpler language, the zodiac sign, the specific degree sun was at the time of your birth, the next year when sun will be on the exact degree, exact minute, that is the chart which will define the theme of this specific year for you. In this chart, obviously they're like proper panchadhikari, they're like planet with different designation. But just because this is a beginner kind of video where I'm just giving you the kind of tips or tools which will give you precise answer, so I would say that give more attention to the ascendant of the Varṣaphala Tajak chart, and the most important, the progressive ascendant, which is the Muntha. You would have, if you have booked your reading with me and specific to yearly analysis, I would have definitely used this term in your reading, in your consultation of the Muntha. So Muntha's placement becomes very important. Now, friends, the difference is Tajak chart or the Varṣaphala chart, which can be seen as a solar return chart. Over there, you have to give like the actual event which happens in your life. It is always best to use Varṣaphala or Tajak chart for that, for the actual turnaround or manifestation of the events. When we talk about something to do with the marriage or job change, career change, foreign settlement, and something, for that, always look at the Tajak chart or the Varṣaphala chart. Now comes the second chart, which is the Tithi Pravesh chart. Now, friends, Tithi Pravesh, now see, the thing is, the way when we were using the Tajak chart or the Varṣaphala chart, we were only giving attention to the degree and proper longitude of the sun. That when sun will come to the exact degree at the time of your birth, that is the chart. We will take the snapshot, and this chart will give very precise information of the actual happening of the events, your focus for this specific year. But when we look at the Tithi Pravesh chart, which you are seeing over here, Tithi Pravesh, over here, it can be seen as a lunar return. So not only the sun's degree, but the relative distance between the moon and the sun has to be exactly as it was at the time of your birth. So this chart will act like that. Now, the point of difference is that when you get the Tithi Pravesh chart, it tells more about the psychological aptitude, your degree of inspiration, motivation, or the mental focus, where the mental focus is going to be. So, friends, I want to repeat over here. Always look at the Varṣaphala chart or the Tajak chart for the actual manifestation of the events. Whether I will get the visa, whether I will relocate to the foreign country, whether I will change my job, whether I will get married, whether I will buy a new house or a new property. Always look at the Tajak chart or the Varṣaphala chart. But when we talk about where my mind is going to be, where my motivation is going to be, where my focus is going to be this year, then look at the Tithi Pravesh chart. And even in the Tithi Pravesh chart, you have to give attention to the weekday of that Tithi Pravesh, and the planet connected to that will give you that where your whole focus, your attention is going to be. So now I will just show it to you, friends. You will be able to know that. Okay. So let's say, for example, just because we have taken up my chart, right? So my Varṣaphala chart, let's go to the Tajak. Okay. The Tajak chart for the 2026. So you have to click find Tajak chart. So this is a Varṣaphala chart, right? Now, if you will see over here in the Varṣaphala chart, the rising sign has come out to be of the Cancer. So again, friends, this can be seen as the birth chart for this 1 year. So my birthday, Feb 10th, 2026 till Feb 10th, 2027. For this 1 year, this is going to be the chart which will act like my ascendant chart. So now the tools which I told it to you, see, you have to individually look at the first house, the first lord. This sign in the Tajak or the Varṣaphala chart, this zodiac sign, how it is making a connection with the ascendant chart. Again, friends, I'm trying to keep it as simple as it is possible. I'm not complicating it because those who are new to this concept, they will be lost otherwise. The spatial aspect and those bhagya sahem, all that sahem concept, I don't want to complicate it. Even the Muda Dasha, I'm just giving you a basic overview. Okay, so now if you will see over here in the Tajak annual chart, the first sign is of the Cancer. Okay, now it has gone to the trine house, but in the fifth house it is debilitated as well. Now you know this thing that if a person is so strongly in the Rahu influence in a specific year, what you can expect, right? Rahu transiting over right over the natal moon, Rahu Antardasha on personal year of Rahu, running age of Rahu, like not maturity. Maturity is 42, but even from the numerology, 40 is like 4, which is again the age of the Rahu. So you can see that. And again, friends, just because it is like the fourth sign from the ascendant chart. So being a Aries Lagna, in the Tajak, in the Varṣaphala, it is the fourth sign which has become the annual Varṣaphala Lagan. So that also tells about something connected with the home or home dwelling, either meeting your parents, aligning union with the family, or this could be the change in the residence. That can also happen. How comes the question? Because again, the way I mentioned that many people have been commenting this thing about, and I know because I by myself I share that in my videos, right? That career is the main focus for this year, and many development is happening right now. So if you will look at the 10th house and the 10th lord, so 10th lord becomes, and again, friends, over here, from the ascendant chart, the first sign from the ascendant, where that ascendant sign is falling. So, ascendant sign in the Varṣaphala chart is falling in the 10th house. So, which is also telling about that the life this year is going to be dedicated, devoted to the career related matters. Now, where the in the Tajak annual chart, Varshful chart, where the 10th lord is placed. So 10th lord is the planet Mars, and it is exalted in the 7th house. And again, because we're talking about government, right? We are talking about government, so it is conjunct with the planet Sun over here as well. Now, friends, even in the Tajak annual chart, so if you have any planets which are in the same zodiac sign as they are in the ascendant chart, so that also give attention that okay, these planets are going to be strong. So for example, in my main ascendant chart, I have Mercury, Venus in the Aquarius. In the Tajak annual chart, you will see that Mercury and Venus, they are in the Aquarius sign as well. So, and again, friends, when we are looking at the Varshful chart, the most important thing is the progressive ascendant, which is the Munta. You would have heard me using this term, right? So when we talk about Munta, the principal, friends, which I use, I have like referred to the book written by Suresh Chandra Mishra ji on this topic. So I would say that the houses where Munta is not considered as good. Okay, so in the annual chart, Varshful chart, if you have the Munta in the fourth house, in the sixth house, in the seventh house, in the eighth house, and in the 12th house, it is not considered as very supportive. Like, and again, friends, then we have to give attention to the Munta, where the Munta is placed, where the sign lord, the Muntesh lord, where it is placed in the chart. Wheresoever Munta is placed in the chart, in the Varshful chart, is it conjunct with the exalted planet, which house it is placed? So you have to give overall attention in all these areas. But if I were to clarify it, Munta in the Varshful chart becomes very important. And over there as well, you have to see the only houses where Munta is not considered as good is the our favorite sixth house, eighth house, 12th house. It is not considered as good if Munta is placed in these houses and kind of in a war zone in these houses. Then that means for that specific year, you have to get a ritual done. You have to call the priest and you have to get a proper appeasement done. Or if not possible, I'm sure like Lord Ganesha temples are there like in majority of the parts of the world, all around the world. So on your birthday, visit Lord Ganesha's temple and do some japa over there, Sankat Nashan Stotram, or you can also find the specific mantra as well if Munta is in those houses. So that is how you have to approach any specific year. Otherwise, if you're just starting up the year just in a hangover on the New Year's Eve, so that's not the right approach to follow for any year, right? So the way I was talking about, friends, again, I'll repeat last time. Munta in the fourth house, sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, 12th house. If it is placed, then that means my recommendation that you have to get a proper ritual done, like a proper appeasement ritual done. Otherwise, that year might have slight instability, like slight instability is going to be there. But again, a lot is dependent on the Tajak charts, Varṣaphala charts, first house and the first lord as well. Even if Munta is placed in those houses, is it conjunct with dignified or strong planets or not? All of that will give you attention. In my case, friends, if you will see, Munta is there in the second house. So Munta is in the second house and it is conjunct with the Ketu as well. So Ketu could be a slight concern over here. Like the way I mentioned, that something to do with the Cancer energy, which has to do with the home, with the family. And again, in the second house, again, Munta being over there. So family, finances, your residence, your savings and all, everything is going to be a focal point of this year. And because it is Ketu, right? So Ketu cuts. But again, we have to see that where Ketu is placed in the ascendant chart. That is how you have to find a symmetry. So okay, friends, we have seen the Varṣaphala chart, the actual manifestation of the events we generally see from over here. Now, if you want to dive deeper into it, so this Muda Dasha, we also use it as well. Like this is going to be month by month, which planetary vibration is going to be strengthened for you. But again, it is going to be complicated for you. So right now, let's just focus on the our this concept of studying the Varṣaphala chart. Now friends, now after this, let's look at the Tithi Pravesh chart. Now what we can find out when it comes down to the Tithi Pravesh chart. So friends, we have to look for the 2026. So let's click this, find a Tithi Pravesh chart. So now if you will see the Tithi Pravesh chart, we will see that Mars is again exalted in the first house. So looks like from Panchang to weapon is coming in my hands this year. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that, okay, see, this is what the beauty of astrology is. Like everything aligns in the same direction. It is not going to be happening that like, you know, Gemini Jyotish will say something else, Prashri system will say something else, or numerology will say something else. Everything will aligned in one direction. And like the way the rule which I gave it to you, that while decoding the Tithi Pravesh chart, which somehow tells more about the emotional mental state of that year. So the focus is definitely going to be in the 10th sign, which from the ascendant happen to be the 10th house matters, which has to do with the career. And over here you will see Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus. Like, oh my goodness, 5 planets are there in over here. And the rule which I give it to you, friends, for the Tithi Pravesh chart, always look at the weekday. So if you will see the weekday, Vedic weekday, here you don't have to see the natal chart. You have to see the annual Tithi Pravesh chart. So you will see the Vedic weekday. It is again Tuesday. So Tuesday, the lord of that is Mars, and you can see Mars over here. So friends, I'm sure that you would have got to know the logic which I used for this, right? Wait, let me stop the screen sharing. So yes, friends, I'm sure that you would have got to know the whole logic which I was trying to explain it to you, that my main intention is that whenever you're starting a new year, like your birthday, approaching your birthday, so that is the right time where you have to give attention to the Varṣaphala. You have to give attention to the Tithi Pravesh. And if it is indicating some sort of affliction, so doing the remedy, doing the ritual becomes very important. See, that is how you have to make use of astrology. It's not always and all the time only about the guidance, only about the protection. And I'm telling you, friends, my Rahu Dasha is about to start in a couple of days. And I do not know why, like my this Rahu puja ritual happened a couple of days back, right? And immediate after that, the very next day, in my dream, I saw snake. I saw a snake in the dream, early morning dreams. I mean to say, everything is interconnected. But I'm sure, friends, see, obviously, this is not a full comprehensive video or explanation on the Varṣaphala or the Tithi Pravesh, but at least what I have told you, if you will only use that much information, it will give you a good kind of insight that what to expect in that solar year for yourself, which means from your one birthday of a specific year to the next birthday, what kind of theme you have to or you can expect. And the simple thumb rule is that the actual event happens can be expected from the Varṣaphala Tajak chart over there. The first house lord, Varshesh, all of that is important. Muntha is the most important. How it is establishing a connection with your main ascendant chart is important. And when we talk about your emotional, mental state or priorities, for that specific year, Tithi Pravesh chart can also give you vital information. And in the Tithi Pravesh chart, which you will open, always look at the Vedic weekday and the weekday Lord planet. For example, if the weekday for your Tithi Pravesh is happening on Wednesday, then that means Mercury. Mercury's placement in the Tithi Pravesh chart. If it is like Friday, so it is connected with Venus. Venus's placement in the chart, you have to give attention. So okay friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.